Chapter 2.1 Graphing Linear Equations. Example number 1. Make a table of values of linear equation y equals negative 2x plus 1. So we're going to choose x values negative 1, 0 and 2. We can choose any x values, but we are here carefully choosing some negative numbers for x value and some positive. We also want to make sure that these values fit into the graph that is given on the side. So let's choose x is equal to negative 1 for x value and find the y value. So you plug it in the x value into the x place and solve. So negative 2 times negative 1 would be 2 plus 1 equals 3. So y value equals 3 and the x value is negative 1. So our first point is negative 1 comma 3. Our next value of x is 0, so we're going to use this value for x equals 0 and solve for y. Negative 2 times 0 is 0. 0 plus 1 will give us 1. And our point would be 0 comma 1. Our next x value is 2, so you're going to use x as 2 in the y equation and solve for y. Negative 2 times 2 is negative 4 plus 1, that is negative 3. So our point is 2 comma negative 3. Now we are going to plot these points on a graph right here. This is our y-axis line and we have a x-axis. And we are going to use the first point as negative 1 comma 3. So negative 1 on the x-axis is this one and up 3, 1, 2, 3. This is the point that we are going to plot. That's negative 1 comma 3. Our next point is 0 comma 1, which means that x is 0 and y is 1, which is on y line. So this is 0 comma 1. That is our next point. Our third point is 2 comma negative 3. So x value is 2 and y value is negative 3. So that's going to be our next point, 2 comma negative 3. We are going to combine these 3 points and we are going to get a graph of linear equation, which is going to be a straight line. So that's going to be a graph of a straight line passing through 3 points of y is equal to negative 2x plus 1. Our next example is y is equal to 3x. So we're going to graph y is equal to 3x. And the x value we chose is negative 1, 0, and 2. We are going to use these values and find y value. So our first value is negative 1. We are going to use x is equal to negative 1 and find the y value. 3 times negative 1 is negative 3. So y is negative 3. Our point is negative 1 comma negative 3. Our first point is negative 1 comma negative 3. Next point is when you use x equals 0. So 3 times 0 equals 0. And you're using these in a point. So the next point is 0 comma 0. Our next point is when you choose x equals 2. So 3 times 2 equals 6. So y value is 6 and your point came out as 2 comma 6. We are going to plot these values or these points in the graph. So our first point is negative 1 comma negative 3. Our x value is negative 1. So this is our negative 1. You go down 3 for a y value. Our first point is negative 1 comma negative 3. Our second point is 0 comma 0, so which is this point right here. And our third point, which is the last point, is 2 comma 6. So 2 on the x-axis and 6. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now you're going to connect all these 3 points and get a line graph of y is equal 3 times x.